going to set up our machine for the 3-thread rolled wave stitch. So we're going to open our doors. Okay, and we're going to make sure we have the O2 needle in, that is the rightmost needle on our serger. And then we're going to set our stitch length to 0.75, it's the large dial, 0.75. We're going to put our stitch width between 3 to 5, right here. I have mine set at 5. And we're going to put our stitch selector down to the letter C. Okay, the letter C as in Carol. And we're going to set our stitch selector here. We're going to set it from overlock up to wave. So you have to have the wave stitch to be able to do this particular stitch. Then we're going to make sure that our upper looper is set in the up. So it says up right here. Our blade position, that's going to be in the up position, or it's just going to make sure that that blade will move up and down so we can trim our fabric. Our knife cover is on, that's what this is. Okay. And we'll make sure our subsidiary looper is not engaged. And it should be laying right over here, just to the right of our upper looper. And the only time we use this is for a 2-thread stitch, so we will not be using this. Our machine is set up, and now we're going to move on to the threading. And what I'm going to do is, on these thread guides that come with our machine, they're color coded, so I'm going to match the color coding exactly like it is on this thread chart right here. 3-thread rolled wave stitch right here. You'll see that diagram at the beginning of this video and at the end. Okay, so we're going to do our lower looper first. And we're going to use blue. So when you're playing with these stitches, it's really beneficial if you will do the 3 different colors, and then you can see exactly on the stitch where those particular different loopers and needle threads are. So normal procedure, lower looper, this first slot right here. Let's get in there, there we go. And then we're going to turn our lever here from serging to threading. This is an air threading serger. This is the Triumph. This process would be the same for any baby lock serger with the wave stitch. Only baby lock sergers have that function. And once you turn this down, you have to rotate the hand wheel towards you until you hear the air thread tubes right here make a clicking noise. Listen. There, they just engaged. And now we can thread that lower looper. There it is. You always want to make sure your presser foot is up. And I'm just going to move that thread to the back of the machine. Okay. Next, we're going to do the upper looper, and this is where the thread paths change. So, upper looper. Okay. Normally, our upper looper thread would go right here in this slot from the left. I'm threading from left to right. But we're going to skip this slot right here. We're going to move it over one and then thread it to the regular into the upper looper threading ports. Okay. What I'm using is embroidery thread. It shows up well on camera. It does make an actual beautiful stitch. People, you don't have to use serger thread in your serger. You can use embroidery thread, heavy decorative threads, all that fun stuff. Okay, next we're going to do our O2 needle, which is the rightmost needle. Okay, we'll go right here. And we'll put it up through the thread tree where it says O2. There we go. And it's going to go all the way over here to this one. Okay. And we'll get that threaded. Now this machine has air threading for the needles as well. nice and neatly threaded. Yay! It's one thing I love about these baby lock sergers. They are so easy to thread. So, once again, lower looper, skip, upper looper, needle, O2 needle thread, right there. Lower looper, upper looper, O2 needle thread. Now that we're all threaded, all of our settings are correct, we're going to shut our doors. We're going to turn this from threading to serging. We're going to close that door and make sure your differential is in the neutral. The letter N is in Nancy. You want that in neutral, okay? Now we're going to take some test fabric, and what I have here is a 6-inch square of flannel. That's what I do for my test sews. I'm just going to line up the edges, put it under the foot, lower the foot. Now, with any type of a decorative stitch, you should always run the machine at a slower speed. This machine actually has a lever here that will to adjust the speed of the motor in the machine. I have mine turned all the way to the left. I'm just going to press on the foot control and we're going to get going here. Let's get a little bit closer. There we go. And we're off. And with that lever all the way to the left, that is as fast as it will go, right there. And I'm just going to chain off and bring it to the front so the blade can cut my threads. And there we go. Now, I'm going to swap to a different camera and bring it in so you can get a closer view. And check it out. There is the 3-thread rolled wave. Now, I can tell you I messed up. I forgot one step. So I'm going to go back to the other camera and we'll just redo this. For that 3-thread rolled wave, I had it on standard, and see how it looks on the back here? So what we're going to do, we're going to move this from standard to rolled. Right there at that first little click, which is 0.75, and I'm just going to stitch it again. I forgot to do that. I'm sure some of you have done that as well. And I'll just trim off that piece right there as I'm stitching this down. Now what this does, you'll see the difference. This is a wonderful finish for a napkin edge or a hem. I mean, you could think of a million uses for different ways to decorate your project with this thread, this particular stitch. Okay, let's swap to that other camera again. And I'm going to lay them both up so you can see the difference. Check that out. This is the one with the rolled. This is standard. The only setting I changed from this to this, I moved my stitch length from standard 0.75 to rolled 0.75. Now then, once again, as you can see here, the blue thread, and I'm going to get that a little bit closer. There we go. The blue thread is the lower looper, the yellow thread is the upper looper, and you can see just a hint of green right here, and that's the needle thread. If I flip it over, it gives a beautiful decorative finish on the back as well. You can really see the green thread on the back of it. And that's how easy it is to do the 3-thread rolled wave stitch with your baby lock serger. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.